radiant ray of light, and welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica Virgo, and I post pick a card tarot readings and videos about my spiritual awakening and healing journey. But today we're going to be talking about the manifesting with the rose technique, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys because this is something that I've developed over many years of learning about manifesting, learning what works, learning what doesn't work, and this is kind of what I've come up with to be able to share with you in a video so that you can apply it and so that you can manifest your dreams in your life as well. I've used the technique that I'm going to explain to you in this video to manifest new homes, to manifest new jobs, to manifest more confidence, to manifest my YouTube channel, lots of different things, okay? So firstly, we're going to get into a visualization. So if you are a good visualizer, you can just keep your eyes open and picture this in your mind while I'm speaking, okay? If you're somebody who needs to shut your eyes and kind of go within to visualize, then feel free to do that as well. But I want you to picture a beautiful, luscious red rose. Just a single red rose, okay? It's growing out of lush soil. The sun is shining upon it. It was freshly watered, so the leaves and petals are looking very radiant and vibrant and bright. And I just want you to marinate in the energy of that beauty for a couple of seconds. Today we are going to be manifesting with the rose technique. So what is this? I've kind of thought about this as an analogy to explain the core components of manifesting and how to apply them so that they can really work for you in your life. So if you'll notice, there were different components. There was the rose, the sun, the water, and the soil. The rose comes from something. It comes from a seed. And I want you to think of the seed as your intention. This is what you want to manifest. So let's say you want to manifest a bright blue sports car, okay? That's really what you're wanting to manifest. So that would be your seed. Your seed is your intention, and it is what you're going to start with in order to grow your manifestation and bring it to fruition, okay? So if you'll notice that each flower and plant has its own unique seed. If you plant a seed for an orchid, then it's likely going to grow into an orchid, right? If you plant a seed for a rose, then it's going to grow into a rose. So you are planting the seed, let's say as an example, for your bright blue sports car, okay? So you need to find the seed that is for that bright blue sports car. Seeds have codes within them. They have their own type of DNA, which is going to help them to grow into something. So first things first is the seed. That's what we're going to start with. And there's two parts to the seed. So we just spoke about the first part, which is what do you want to manifest? What is your intention? The second part of the seed is your belief that this is possible, okay? Maybe you think it's possible for you to be able to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, even though it's not something you usually do. But maybe you don't really think it's possible for you to be driving and owning a bright blue sports car. Maybe you don't know anybody who owns an expensive car like that, or maybe you've never even owned a car. So it just feels like a big jump, right? It feels like you are farther away from owning and driving a bright blue sports car than you are from being able to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the first part is know what you're manifesting. Second part of the seed is you must believe that this is possible. Even if it seems like a faraway dream and you don't know how you're going to make it happen, you don't know the steps that you're going to take to reach this goal, you still need to believe that some way, somehow, it is possible for you to live out this goal, dream, or manifestation for yourself. So that is the seed which is going to grow into our beautiful rose, which is the end point of your manifestation. Getting a little bit deeper into the second part, to believing that this is possible for you. It's easy to say, yes, I believe I can do it. That's a mantra. We can repeat the mantra to ourselves. I own a bright blue sports car. I am the owner of a bright blue sports car, okay? That's great. But if you don't genuinely believe that it's possible for you underneath, and your thoughts outside of repeating that mantra don't align with you owning that, then it's not really gonna work. It's just gonna work a little bit, but it might not bring you all the way to realizing your goal. So what you can do to truly start adopting this belief, there are many things, but just to get you started, you want to activate your consciousness and be more aware in your day-to-day. Okay, so this means that you're going to be paying attention to your thoughts, especially when it comes to what it is that you're trying to manifest. Notice the thoughts that come up around it. Are there thoughts such as, there's no way I could possibly do that? Yeah, it's a nice dream or fantasy, but that just doesn't happen for people like me. Or I did not grow up with money, so I don't see how I could possibly make that, or I'm so far away from being able to afford that right now. Even though I want it, I don't feel like it's possible for me. Just, witnessing these thoughts and realizing that you're having them goes a very long way, okay? So start to pay attention to what thoughts you have around your belief about being able to attain this manifestation. The other thing too is that you have to be able to believe in this without physical evidence or proof. Now, as humans, we are taught to only believe in what we can see with our physical eyes, to only believe in the tangible, objective reality. We're kind of programmed not to believe in anything that we can't see. But that's not true. There are things that we can see evidence of. For example, love is a concept or an emotion, and we can't see love itself, but we can see acts of love. We can see two people hugging or kissing or somebody helping somebody out. Okay, so we can still see evidence that love exists. You need to start to believe in your manifestation, even though you can't physically see it yet, even though you can't see that blue sports car, even though it's not in your driveway. You have to believe that you can have it without any physical evidence or proof that you can have it, okay? Without having the money in your account yet, without having a connection to a car dealership, without, maybe even without having your license yet. Maybe you're very far away from this manifestation, or maybe you're much closer, but wherever you're at, I invite you to believe it without seeing it yet. Another thing you can do with this process is start small. Start small with things that you believe that they're more achievable. That way you can see how this process works, and you can start to gain trust in it and build confidence in this process and, work your way up. You can start with something as small as, I want to manifest that somebody is going to buy me a coffee this week. Okay? Maybe it's not something that you're dying for, but it also means you have less resistance around it. So you really want to manifest that someone's going to buy you a coffee this week. Maybe you start there and you use all of the techniques I talk in this video to make that happen. And then from there, you can build up to manifesting, let's say, an outfit or a particular style that you want to wear or dress. Okay, and then you could build yourself up to that sports car. Do whatever you want, but this is just a technique to help you to build trust in this process and build your confidence so that you can trust that this really works. We spoke about the seed. This is the core part of manifesting. Without this, without your belief and knowing what it is that you want to manifest, no matter how many practices you do, no matter how many techniques you do, if you don't believe that it's possible and you don't know what it is that you're wanting to manifest, then you are going to be missing the core component, which is going to build your manifestation. So if you do anything in this video, make sure that you are focusing on the seed, the belief, and the intention. So now we are going to move into the soil. So the seed needs to be planted somewhere, right? Okay, we're gonna plant it in the soil. Part of the soil is co-creating. This is not just creating this manifestation on your own, but co-creating it with somebody else. So this is where you call in the help of your spirit guides, your guardian angel, goddess, God, whatever it is that you believe in, nature spirits, whatever it is that you believe in, that you pray to, that you ask for help for when you are not okay. Ask them for help specifically with this manifestation. If you are somebody who doesn't identify with any kind of great spirit or higher power, you can also co-create, let's say, with another person. Maybe you're starting a business and you want to work with a business partner, okay? But involving others besides yourself is going to be very helpful. It's going to be more energy put behind what you're trying to manifest. If you do believe in spirit, another thing that you can do to help you with your manifestation is to co-create with the elements. So water, earth, air, fire. These elements are super powerful for manifesting anything in your life. And really it's about a relationship. It's about co-creation. It's not just about using for gain, because I feel like there is quite a misperception about that in spiritual communities. So let's say, for example, you want to co-create with fire. You could light a candle, and as you are lighting the candle, you are going to visualize what it is that you want and ask the fire to help you realize your goal, help you to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest, okay? And you could do the same process with water, earth, air, okay? You could send your intentions into the earth and ask Mother Earth to help you realize your manifestation. You can speak what you're trying to manifest into a glass of water and ask the water to help you realize it and drink the water. You can light some incense and ask for what it is that you are trying to manifest as you light the incense. For air, there's so many different things you can do. So co-creating with the elements is another great way to bring your manifestation into fruition. Another part of the soil, okay, is taking aligned action. Of course, we need to take action to realize our goals, but there is a key part in that sentence, aligned, taking aligned action, okay? And what does that mean? What does it mean to take aligned action? That is about following our intuition. I cannot tell you, this is like a pretty simple example, but I cannot tell you how many times I have gone shopping, let's say gone to the grocery store, something like that, and felt intuitively like buying something. And it's something that I don't need, that I don't even want, or let's say have a desire for. So it's not like marketing is pulling me in. Like maybe it's like a spatula or I don't know, just something random. And just intuitively felt like buying it and followed my intuition and bought it. And then like 2 days later, let's say somebody's at my house and they really need a spatula and then I have it, okay? Things like this. I can't remember a specific example, but it happens all the time when I'm shopping. So this is kind of a little silly, like mini example of how you can take aligned action. But let's say, for example, you're trying to write a book, okay? So you might want to plan to take action by waking up each morning and devoting 30 minutes to writing. So that's pretty practical and certainly like do that. But maybe your intuition is calling you to the beach. Like you don't know what it is, but the beach has just been calling to you and something is telling you like, go to the beach today, go to the beach today, go to the beach today. You can then take aligned action and go to the beach. Maybe being at the beach inspires you and gives you the next part of your story that you're supposed to write. Maybe at the beach you see a friend and your friend is with a book editor and she introduces you. Like, taking aligned action is about trusting our gut, trusting our intuition, trusting our instincts and feelings, because our higher self knows. Our higher self can see the aerial view, all of the potential routes that we can take. And our higher self is always trying to guide us, especially if we've, done the other part and asked for help in manifesting this, then our guides are going to be helping us to co-create this manifestation. So take aligned action. And this also goes back to the seed when I was saying, believe it before you see it. You might not know why going to the beach is important for writing a book, but that's okay. Just trust. Trust that your intuition is guiding you and that it will make sense later. It doesn't have to make sense right now. Okay, another part of the soil, which is the foundation, okay? It's the home for the seed. So another part of the soil is to marinate in the energy of what it is that you are trying to manifest as much as possible. Let's say you live in an apartment, but you want to move into a house, okay? Hang out with people who live in a house. Okay, invite yourself to their house. Obviously, like build the relationship so that it is natural, but then go and, hang out with other people who have achieved what it is that you're trying to achieve, who have a house. Or let's say you want to create a podcast. Okay, you listen to podcasts, spend time with people who have their own podcasts. There's actually a personal example I have of this. So this is kind of like following my intuition and taking aligned action mixed in with marinating in the energy of what it is that I want. So I remember when I was living in downtown Toronto, when I would go for walks down by the lake, I would always pass Billy Bishop Airport. So it's a pretty small airport that we have in downtown Toronto. And I remember every time I would walk by it, something was just calling me in there. Like I just felt like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to fly to Hawaii right now? I think this was also during COVID, so we were all feeling very cooped up, and I think I was imagining about going on vacations and how nice that would be. You know what I did? I followed my intuition, what that sparkly feeling that was calling me to the airport, and I also marinated in the energy of what it is that I was wanting to manifest. I wanted to go on a trip. I wanted to go on a vacation. So what I would do is I would walk into the airport, and I would visualize as if I was going on a trip, and I would walk as far as I could go. And at this time, like the airport was pretty shut down because I don't even think it was open, but it was actually open. You could go walk into it. So I would walk as far as I could go, walk up to, you know, the area where you drop off your luggage. And I did this a couple of times, okay? So this is just one example, but marinate in the energy of what it is that you are trying to manifest. Hang out with people who have that manifestation, spend time around it. Okay, so the final part of the soil part of the rose manifesting technique is to cultivate gratitude as often as you can. I cannot tell you how integral this is to manifesting. I have tried all of the techniques I'm going to talk about in this video without this part, and it just doesn't work. So I know that this can be challenging because let's say your dream is very different from where you are right now in life. And let's say there's multiple components to this dream, okay? It's not just about achieving one thing, but you're trying to achieve many things and you're far away from it. And let's say you even feel miserable in your life, okay? It's gonna be really hard to feel grateful, to genuinely feel grateful for what you have now when you are upset with what you have now. You don't want what you have now. But it is super important. So even if it is something as small as eating a very yummy meal, okay? And we can focus on how delicious it tastes, how grateful we are to be eating it. A gratitude practice that I do every day is as soon as I open my eyes in the morning, I list 3 things I'm grateful for. I try to pick new things every day, and I try to drop into my heart space and speak from my heart, speak from my feelings, because the mind will just, you know, go to the easiest thing. Okay, I'm grateful for clean water. I'm grateful for shelter. But if we drop into the heart space, it's like, I'm grateful to spend time with my pet. I love spending time with my pet. My pet makes me so happy. Okay, so try to go from a more emotional place rather than a mental place and have a moment of presence with whatever it is that is bringing you a positive feeling, whether it's a delicious meal, time spent with your pet, whatever it is, and bask in it. Okay, so be present with it, bask in it, and feel those feelings of gratitude for it. So what is the soil? We know that the seed is our intention and our belief, and I talked about a lot of different components that make up the soil portion, right? But what the soil is, it's actually the energy that we're cultivating around building up our manifestation. Each physical, tangible thing in our world came from a thought or idea. This couch that I'm sitting on, somebody first thought about the design of this couch, the color of this couch, the purpose. Okay, so I need somewhere to sit. And then they built the couch, and then they manufactured it, and then they distributed it. So what we're doing in the soil part of the rose technique is cultivating an energy. Okay, cultivating an energy around our manifestation. And just to recap, we can do that through taking aligned action, through co-creating with spirit or other people, through marinating in the energy of your manifestation or interacting with others who actually possess what it is you are looking to manifest, through practicing gratitude as often as you can and genuinely feeling that gratitude in your heart, okay? And there's one more, okay? One more, which kind of sums up all of these parts of the soil, which kind of sums up all of what you're doing when you're creating and building this energy around what it is that you want to manifest in your life. And that is being consistent with your vibration. This is also so integral. I can't tell you how many times I was well on my way to manifesting something, and then my vibration would shift through my thoughts, because I would start, my ego would take over, and I would start with all of the doubts and limiting beliefs of, oh no, I can't make this happen. This is never gonna happen for me. And once that starts, then it affects your emotions, and your vibration is less of a match to what it is that you're trying to attract or align with. So obviously it's unrealistic to imagine that we're gonna be high vibe all the time. This is not possible. Trust me, I've tried because I love being high vibe, but it's just not part of the human experience we came here to live. We are meant to experience duality, and we actually learn through challenges and tough emotions, and this is where our lessons and life experience and our character comes from. So we need all of that. So this isn't about being happy all the time. It really isn't. It's just about, with regards to what it is that you're trying to manifest, it goes back to the seed. Keep the belief. Even if today you're having a bad day and you're having doubts about whether you're going to be able to manifest this or not, try to put your focus off of your manifestation. That way you're not, attaching inconsistent or incongruent beliefs to your manifestation, okay? So be consistent, or as consistent as a life allows. Be as consistent with your vibration as possible. This is a big one that happens around making a purchase. Let's say you were trying to manifest something and you finally have the money to purchase something that you're trying to manifest. Let's say it's a work of art. You've been wanting to purchase a work of art, an original piece of art from the artist to hang up in your living room. But this is something that nobody in your family does, none of your friends do it, and part of you believes like maybe it's frivolous, like why do I need the original work from the artist? I can't afford it, right? But then there's this other part of you who really appreciates and values art and artists and wants to support the artist, and because you value it, you want the genuine texture of the oil paint in your home, okay? This is just an example. Let's say you finally have the money to be able to purchase the piece of art. Your vibration has stayed consistent. You are now really close to manifesting what it is that you desire. But let's say you start to shift your vibration by thinking, oh, I have the money, but do I really need it? I don't know if this is something that I really need. Like, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So try to be consistent with your belief, with your vibration. So that is the soil. So we spoke about the seed. Now the seed has somewhere to live. It lives in the soil, but now we need water to make it grow. Okay, so what is the water? The water is all about the daily practices, the physical practices that we can do in our everyday life to bring our manifestation to us. And this isn't just about something airy fairy up in the air, okay, I'm gonna dream this and it's just gonna magically happen for me. This is about communicating with your subconscious mind so that you can get all parts of yourself on board. Because as you probably already know, it is often us who stands in the way of attaining what it is we desire. That is not to say that we have bad influences, life circumstances that aren't helping, okay? I'm not saying that, but we can't control those things. All we can control is ourselves. So this is about communicating with your subconscious, getting all parts of yourself on board. So the water part of the manifesting with the rose technique is all about these simple daily practices that you can do to manifesting your desire. So the very first one, it might seem simple, you might have heard it a million times, but it works. It's worked for me time and time and time again. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down as simply as you can while being specific to exactly what it is you want. Like if you're manifesting a car, what's the model? What's the color? What's the make? And just very, but don't go above and beyond. Just write down simply what it is that you want. okay? Another practice that you could do is aligning your intention with the moon cycle. So often we work with the energies of the new moon to let the universe know what our intention is and to work with the newness of the new moon, to call our intention to us. And then as the moon grows, our intention grows with it. When we then come to the full moon, this is some form of a completion for our manifestation. And then as the moon wanes and decreases and is going back again towards a new moon, then we can also release things during that period. So you can align your intention setting or you're writing it down with the new moon, okay? Speak or write your intention into existence on the new moon. Another thing you can do is scripting. So this is writing as if you're writing in a journal, or you can even put your video camera on and speak to your video camera. But you are going to speak in first person as if it has already happened. So let's say you're trying to manifest a vacation to Jamaica, okay? So as you are writing in your journal or as you are speaking to your video camera, you are going to write or speak in the first person as if it's already happened. So this could go something like, we just landed in Montego Bay. It's so warm here. I can feel the humidity in the air and I could smell the ocean breeze. It feels so good to see palm trees because it's been so long since I've witnessed a palm tree in front of me. The drive from the airport was a bit long, so I'm starting to get hungry. I think I'm gonna go downstairs to the restaurant and get some food. I'm craving some jerk chicken, so I'll probably order that. This is just an example, but visualize what would it actually look like. So of course you need to get from the airport to the resort, right? So maybe write about that because that's something that you know that you'd have to do if you visited Jamaica. Okay, you're probably gonna be hungry because you just were on a flight for a long time and you haven't eaten in a long time. So try to mold your dream with reality as much as possible, right in the first person as if it's happening right now. Another powerful manifesting practice is to wait until you are feeling really good and then visualize what it is that you're trying to manifest. So one thing I used to do was when I would go for runs, I would picture going on vacation, going to Italy. I actually manifested a trip to Italy with my best friend on the treadmill because every time I was on the treadmill, my endorphins would get going. I was just feeling pumped up, feeling in a good energy. And the whole time I would just visualize me and my best friend in Italy. And sure enough, I think it might have taken a year. I think I found one of my old journals and I randomly talked about going to Italy with my best friend like 2 years before. Then a year later, I visualized it. And then some months later, it came to fruition. So working out was a good way for me to wait till I'm feeling really good and then visualize what it is that I want to manifest. Music is also a really great way to do this because music really affects our emotions. If you watch any film, you will notice that the music tells you how to feel. If you change the audio and the music behind a film or like behind a certain scene, so let's say in a scary movie, there's that Jaws, let's say, music, dana, 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 dana. Okay, if you take that out and you put some like funny or some chill reggae behind it, it's gonna make you feel a totally different way, right? So music affects our emotions. So listen to music that makes you feel good, that makes you feel inspired, makes you feel happy. And then as you're listening to the music, visualize what it is that you're trying to manifest. You can also bring the good endorphins of movement together with music and dance. If you are somebody who likes to dance, play your favorite music, dance, move your body, and use that to visualize what it is that you're trying to manifest. Another practical thing that you can do that really helps you with manifesting your desire is creating a vision board. I can't tell you how many times I have created a vision board using Pinterest and selected, let's say it's for home decor, so I want my living room to look a certain way. Well, it makes it a lot easier, and this is just super practical when you're then going shopping for furniture, to look at your Pinterest board and remember, oh, right, I like this kind of stool and this kind of couch and this kind of plant, and then filling it in. But like I said, when we're doing these practices to manifest, we're also communicating with our subconscious, right? So our subconscious is paying attention. And if it has just been, adding to and looking at a vision board filled with specific furniture, specific plants, etc., it's gonna flag it in your mind when you see it. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, so create a vision board. It's very powerful. If you don't want to use Pinterest, although I don't know why you wouldn't because it's a really awesome app, you can do it old school, print out pictures or words or things that represent your manifestation and just put it above your desk where you work. Make it the background on your phone. Images are another thing that inspire us to feel, okay, and evoke feelings out of us. And feelings are very important for our energy and drawing our manifestation towards us. The final part of our water from the manifesting with the rose technique is speak about your manifestation with someone that you trust, and don't speak about your manifestation with someone who you don't trust. Let's say you have this big manifestation that you want to realize, which is to open a restaurant, okay? If you know that your siblings or your friends or just somebody is negative, or it's nothing personal, it's not because they don't want you to have a restaurant, but maybe they are just dealing with their own limiting beliefs. And because you haven't cultivated a lot of energy around your manifestation yet, you haven't seen any physical proof of it yet, it's still in a vulnerable state, okay? That seed hasn't sprouted yet, or maybe it's just starting to sprout, but the stem isn't strong yet. If you then go and tell what it is you're trying to manifest, oh, I want to open a restaurant, even though, let's say, your sibling might love and care about you, they might be coming from a place of fear. They may say to you, hey, this might not be possible. It's really difficult to find a place and get a lease. It costs a lot of money. You haven't been cooking that long. Or you're gonna hire a chef. Like, they may be coming from a good place, but you're not at the stage yet to be able to withstand this kind of challenge, opposition, and scrutiny against your manifestation yet. So best to keep it on wraps, keep it on the low from people who you know won't be supportive. However, you may have a friend who you know is very open-minded and very supportive, and you know that if you were to tell them that you're going to open a restaurant, they would be like, hell yeah, oh my god, that's amazing, I'm so happy for you, I can't wait to eat your first creation, let me know if you need help with that. So then they are kind of building that belief with you. As you are building your belief in what it is you're trying to manifest, their belief in you kind of helps it to grow. So we went through the seed, your intention, and your belief. We went through the soil, the energy you're cultivating around your manifestation. We went through the water, which are the practices that you can do, the everyday practices to manifesting what it is that you desire. And now we are going to have the final piece, which is the sunshine. Okay, flowers need sun to grow. They get energy from the sun. We get energy from the sun, okay? The sun is what allows our human life to thrive and survive. The sun is just one simple thing to remember, okay? Because the sun is simple yet powerful and profound for us, for life on earth, okay? Just like this tip that I'm gonna tell you. And that is, once you have done everything you can do, once you have implemented everything else I've said in this video, forget about it. Forget about your manifestation. Whatever you do, don't hyper focus on it because you might be building up resistance towards it. Don't keep checking in. How close am I? Am I closer today than I was yesterday? Okay, because this kind of hyper focus creates a very controlling energy. and doesn't allow your manifestation room to grow. You've asked for help, you've done the practices, you've cultivated the energy. Now it's time to trust that you've done what you can, to trust in the universe, and to trust that your manifestation is on its way. It doesn't mean that you have to completely stop, working on all the other things I mentioned. You can still do that. But when you're not doing those specific practices or whatever it may be, forget about it. Like, put your focus on something else. Let's say you're trying to manifest more money. You want to get paid more every month. Don't spend all of your free time worrying about money, thinking about money, checking to see, did I make more money this month than last month? The sun shining down on the manifesting with the rose technique is all about trusting, having faith, and letting it go and letting it flow. It's like you created all of this energy and now you are handing it out to the universe and you're trusting that it's gonna come to you. That is the seed, the soil, the water, and the sun. And these are the components that make up the manifesting with the rose technique. If you liked this video, go ahead and give me a like, and please comment down below and share with me your ways of manifesting. What are the tried and true ways and techniques that you've used? Tell me what you've been able to manifest with these techniques. I would love to hear, so comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of my videos, and I am wishing you a blessed day. Bye!